Have you ever wondered if your future is already written? If a single voice could tell you your destiny, would you dare to listen? For over 1,000 years, kings, warriors, and everyday people traveled to a sacred site in Greece, all seeking answers from one of the most powerful and mysterious figures in history, the Oracle of Delphi. Imagine a single woman whose whispered words could determine the rise and fall of civilizations. The Oracle of Delphi wasn't just a mythical figure. She was a geopolitical force, influencing battles, alliances, and even the very fabric of ancient Greek society. We're about to unveil the astonishing true story of how this enigmatic oracle shaped the world as we know it. But was it divine prophecy, or something else entirely? Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nightforge. Today, we're journeying back to the misty slopes of Mount Parnassus, to the heart of the ancient world, to unravel the secrets of the Oracle of Delphi. This wasn't just any fortune teller. This was the voice of the god Apollo himself, speaking through a mortal priestess known as the Pythia. Her pronouncements were so revered that no major decision, from founding a city to declaring war, was made without her consultation. So, who was this woman? The Pythia was chosen from the local peasant women of Delphi, often a mother and grandmother, who was required to live a life of purity and devotion. She wasn't a scholar or a politician, yet the most powerful men in Greece would tremble before her. Before a consultation, she would purify herself in the Castalian spring, drink from a sacred stream, and chew on bay leaves, sacred to Apollo. Then, the magic would begin. She would descend into a special chamber beneath the temple of Apollo, called the Adyton. There, seated on a golden tripod, she would inhale vapors rising from a chasm in the earth. Falling into a trance, she would channel the god, speaking in riddles, verses, and often incomprehensible phrases. It was up to the priests of the temple to interpret these divine messages for the anxious. The prophecies themselves are the stuff of legend. Take King Croesus of Lydia, one of the wealthiest men of the ancient world. Worried about the rising power of Persia, he asked the oracle if he should go to war. The Pythia's famous reply was, "If you cross the river, you will destroy a great empire." Confident, Croesus marched his army across the river Halys, only to be utterly defeated. The great empire he destroyed was his own. The oracle was technically correct, but the ambiguity was devastating. This became a classic example of Delphi's tricky, double-edged prophecies. Or consider Oedipus, the tragic hero destined to kill his father and marry his mother. It was the Oracle of Delphi who first delivered this horrifying prophecy to his father, King Laius, who then tried to avert fate by abandoning his infant son. Years later, Oedipus, unaware of his true parentage, visited Delphi himself and was told the same terrible destiny. In his frantic attempt to escape this fate, he ran right into it, proving the ancient Greek belief that destiny, once spoken, is inescapable. But how did this all work? For centuries, historians dismissed the sacred vapors as a myth. Plutarch, a Greek historian who actually served as a priest at Delphi, wrote about the sweet-smelling pneuma that induced the trance. But for a long time, modern scholars found no evidence of a chasm or any gases. It was believed to be pure religious theater. That all changed in the 1990s. Geologists discovered two geological fault lines, intersecting directly beneath the ruins of the Temple of Apollo. They found that friction along these faults could have heated limestone deposits, releasing light hydrocarbon gases like ethylene. Ethylene, when inhaled in small quantities, is known to produce a state of trance-like euphoria and disjointed, otherworldly speech. The sweet smell Plutarch described as a known characteristic of ethylene. The ancient myths, it turned out, were grounded in scientific reality. The Pythia was, in a very real sense, high on geologically produced gas. This discovery doesn't diminish the oracle's power. It makes it even more fascinating. The priests of Delphi were masters of information. Delphi was a neutral territory, a hub where travelers from all over the Mediterranean world converged. The priests would gather intelligence, rumors, and political gossip from these visitors. When a king came to ask a question, the priests likely already knew a great deal about his kingdom's political climate, military strength, and personal anxieties. They used this knowledge to frame the Pythia's cryptic utterances in a way that was politically astute and almost always interpretable in their favor. The prophecies were intentionally vague. You will destroy a great empire. A wooden wall will save you. This famous prophecy, given to the Athenians before the Persian invasion, was a puzzle. Did it mean they should build a defensive wall around Athens, or did it refer to their wooden wall of ships? The statesman Themistocles argued for the navy, leading to the decisive naval victory at the Battle of Samos. The oracle didn't give a clear strategy. It gave a riddle that forced the leaders to think, debate, and ultimately take responsibility for their own choices. So, was the oracle a genuine connection to the divine, or the most sophisticated intelligence agency of the ancient world? Perhaps it was both. The Greeks believed that the gods didn't spoon-feed them answers. They provided signs and whispers, forcing humanity to use its own intellect and courage to navigate the path of fate. The oracle wasn't just about predicting the future, it was about forcing people to confront it. The prophecies often acted as psychological catalysts. A prophecy of victory could inspire a small army to fight with the strength of thousands. A prophecy of doom could shatter a king's confidence and lead him to make fatal errors. The belief in the prophecy became a self-fulfilling mechanism. The influence of Delphi waned with the rise of the Roman Empire. The Romans had their own methods of divination and were less inclined to consult a Greek oracle. The final nail in the coffin came with the rise of Christianity. In 393 AD, the Christian emperor Theodosius I ordered all pagan temples to be closed, silencing the Oracle of Delphi forever. The last recorded prophecy was a poignant farewell. Tell the king the fair rot hole has fallen to the ground. Phoebus has no longer his house, nor his mantic bay, nor his prophetic spring. The water of speech is quenched. The voice that had guided the Greek world for a millennium fell silent. But the questions raised by the Oracle of Delphi echo through our own time. Do we control our destiny, or are we simply playing out a script? The story of Delphi teaches us that perhaps the answer is more complex. The Oracle never gave a simple yes or no. She provided a puzzle, a challenge. She whispered of fate but left the final, crucial decisions in human hands. The prophecies didn't just reveal the future. They shaped it by altering the beliefs, hopes, and fears of those who heard them. Perhaps the greatest secret of the Oracle of Delphi isn't how she predicted the future, but how she empowered people to create it. Her words forced leaders and individuals to look within, to weigh their options, and to act with conviction in the face of uncertainty. And that is a form of wisdom that is just as powerful today as it was 2,500 years ago. What do you think? Was it divine power, geological gases, or political genius? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysteries of the past, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.